The best music marketing strategies for 2021. So you're a creative musician and you want to be in the industry. So you have music or project ready to go. So right about now, you need the best marketing strategies to make it happen for 2021. I'm gonna show you how. So what's good, people? It's myself, Vital. I'm here, I'm back, Medea, everything good. So let's get straight into it. So for this video, we'll be speaking about the best and new ways to promote your music utilizing the following strategies: email marketing, social media advertising, content marketing, going live, and working with social media's algorithms. I'll be dropping gems all over this video with little tips and little extras, so make sure you make your way through the entire video. But worst case scenario, you know exactly what you can do. Go down below and check all the chapters, the timestamps, and the markers, and move in and around the video wherever you feel best. But if not, like I said, you know exactly what to do. Sit back, take note, and relax. Okay, so before we officially start, make sure you subscribe to the Ditto Music YouTube channel. Make sure you like and hit that notification bell so you do not miss a single video. What you'll need to do is make sure you get down in them comments, be in them comments, I'll be in them comments, and drop some comments on anything that you found interesting in this video, anything you want to add to the content of the video in the sense of the Ditto community and what we were all talking about. And otherwise, drop a comment below for some general chit chat and get involved in what we're speaking about. The best music marketing strategies for 2021. First, we have to think about what has always worked. Then we're going to think about the things that are new and what's picked up traction in the music marketing world. The first thing that comes to mind is email marketing, and more specifically, email music marketing. It's very clear that email marketing will remain the champion of the marketing industry. And you really can't beat how direct it is for solo artists, businesses, companies, promoters to directly access and speak to their audiences. It's so key that you update and build on your email list regularly and utilize companies like MailChimp to send out authentic professional emails to a wide variety of people on your list, as you can reach a professional audience, an industry audience, or potentially just a simple music fan list. But it's so important to think about cool, new, and engaging ways utilizing things like MailChimp and other softwares and other techniques within your content to reach out to your audiences and actually get them to read the entire email and get them to sign up to different shows and give information so they feel a part of it, but also you receive something from it to help build and sustain your fan base. And right here, I've got a video that I did recently about music marketing in more specific details so you can get a little bit more information within that world. So the next stop is social media advertising. And social media advertising is very, very wide and it's getting bigger. There's more platforms, there's more ways to utilize platforms. Most platforms like Instagram have mini platforms inside of those like Reels and Live and IGTV, and same as Twitter and Facebook. So it's good to really understand social medias before you even get into the space of the social media advertising world. So when I am speaking about social media advertising, I'm specifically really mentioning the idea of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, like Google Ads and things of that nature. So firstly, Instagram and Facebook are basically one and the same, and it's good to know and understand that Facebook owns Instagram, so it kind of gives you a little bit of a benefit here. Although they are different, they're kind of linked to the same or similar audience base. But not all Instagram users are Facebook users, and not all Facebook users are Instagram users. But there is a middle ground where a lot of Facebook users also use Instagram and vice versa. But as a musician, it's very good to cover both grounds and really have a presence on both, regardless if you have a preference on Instagram or Facebook, because people do utilize the platforms completely different. So for Instagram, when it comes to social media marketing, it's about understanding the sponsored posts and the advertising within stories also. But understanding that with Facebook, again, because they are connected, you can actually utilize something called Facebook Ads Manager. And with that, you can actually create sponsored posts and deliver ads through Facebook that will also be shared onto Instagram's platform, utilizing your account on both. To be very honest, it's actually way more effective to promote and pay for sponsored ads on Facebook through Facebook Ads Manager than it is to use sponsored posts directly on Instagram. With Facebook Ads Manager, you have a lot more leeway, a lot more metrics that you can tweak, and a lot more understanding of where your money is going to be going once you put down anything as low as £5 or £10 up to 200, 300, 500, whatever it might be. So really do your research and understanding both. And again, I've touched on this in a previous video, so you can definitely go check it out right there, whether it's in the top corner or down below the like button within the description. And another space that gets ignored quite a lot is Twitter and Twitter's promotions. And with Twitter's ability to promote your tweet, you can literally set your budget, but it's a minimum spend of £50 and it goes up to around £5,000. So it's always best to kind of start off with the lowest amount to kind of work out whatever you'll get from that. Is that the direction you want? Is that actually what you want to receive? And on top of that, you can also see the rough estimation of what you'll get in the sense of engagement and reach. It gives you minimal metrics and minimal options, but those options potentially will help you get a further reach than you would naturally with whatever follow account you already have. And within that, you can set your location, but typically it goes off your current locations. And it's super important that whenever you're utilizing any of these features, that if you've done it once or you've done it previously, that you look back at these results and you try to make sense of where it worked for you and where it didn't, and then readjust it. So when you do it again, it's in a better space for you to get more from spending that 10, 15, 25, £50, whatever it might be, to get the most out of it at the end. When you are utilizing the promote your tweet feature, I wouldn't necessarily just have a link and some text on there. I would have a picture, but more so a video, simply because when you have a video and a tweet, you get to see directly, and people get to see also how much views that video is getting. So if you now put minimum spend £50 on promoting a tweet and you've got a video that's already potentially doing well, and even if it isn't, once you promote that £50 spend and you get anywhere up from 50,000 impressions and a certain amount of reach that it potentially will get, you already know you're gonna get views on that. AKA views that are seen publicly will drive people who potentially don't even care to say, oh, let me check this out because it looks like other people are interested in it. And that will allow you also to get more views, more interaction, and again, potentially more followers. Last but definitely not least, understanding exactly how to promote your videos or your music video content on YouTube utilizing Google Ads. So firstly, make sure you have a Google account, whether that's a YouTube, a Gmail, or any of the Google services. And from that point, you can start the process of creating an effective YouTube ad video to build views, subscribers, and overall interaction and engagement on your video and your account as a whole. And I mean, there's a whole nother section, and we'll have some content digging deeper in exactly how to make that happen, and potentially a step-by-step, so people can really understand how to promote their music and get the views, the interaction and engagement that they want. So yeah, what if you want us to break down a video for you, then get in the comments and write, teach me how to promote my video. And then 100% we'll create a video deep diving in exactly how to do that and how to help you as an artist or creative benefit from the content you're creating. But for now, subscribe to the Ditto YouTube channel just to make sure when that video does drop that you do not miss it. And moving forward, content marketing. So what is content marketing? Let me break this down. So this can happen in multiple stages. And for the purpose of being an artist, we're gonna go with the 3 main stages that this can happen in. And this is about putting out content and promoting it to the world effectively. It's very simple, so I'll explain it to you in a simple way. If you have a single or some kind of music project that you want to share with people, the first thing, it's the idea of telling people exactly what you're going to do. So in this case, it'll be the idea of creating a single or a project. And the way you do that is you would tweet it, you would show evidence of you wanting or asking people if they want from you a single or a project on your stories, your Snapchat, whether it's a Facebook post, just some kind of content putting out there to kind of give the bait of, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do, would you guys like for me to do this? Number 2. So the next step is simple. Now tell people that you're doing it. Give people an idea that you're doing it. Be in the studio, have stories where you're in a studio or you're creating some music or you're writing or you're on live talking about here's all the ideas that you've got and you can't wait to get this happening and this is what you're thinking about doing or this is what you're doing currently or what do you think? Do some polls, say, shall I go this way with it or go that way with it? Say you're ready to go and now's the time for you guys indirectly to be a part of the journey again. And in this space, it's all about showing evidence. You want to give people some tangible information, some visual, viable evidence to kind of let them know, oh, here's what they said they're going to do. Oh, they're doing it now. So third is actually a semi-skip because now you've created that content, it's out in the world, you've been putting it out, you've been speaking about it. It's almost the idea of repurposing because now you need to let people know, here it is, go check it out, it's out, it's been out for a day or two, like what do you think? Let's get some feedback. Let's get some questions. Is it what you thought I was gonna create? Do you like it? How much do you like it? And that's literally how you kind of go about it. It's the 3 areas of telling people what you're going to do, actually doing it, and then promoting the fact that you've done it. The next step is going live. And obviously we know the idea of live streaming video of yourself hasn't necessarily been the norm, but in current times it's become a vent, it's become an outlet, it's become the only way that artists can share and perform their art. And really not until 2020 did it pick up to a level where it's actually a normality for everyday people and content creators alike to create and start and make lives happen in all different ways, using all different types of platforms like Twitch, that's owned by Amazon, YouTube, that's owned by Google, Facebook, Instagram, and even Twitter. People used to do live streams from something called Periscope that was attached to Twitter, but Twitter now is beginning to do lives natively. And a lot of these outlets, people have actually made viable income and careers out of live streaming music, conversations, chat shows, performing, game shows, allowing viewers to watch them play games or watch them do something creative and really create a community. And if we're talking about communities, then Twitch is a great place to attempt to build a community. Instagram might be the community you already have, and hopefully getting people who pass along to kind of stay and get involved. And then Facebook is kind of a bit of both, and it gives you a little bit more of a community feel, but also kind of anyone, if you allow, can watch and share and get involved in your content. But again, you can utilize platforms like Twitter and also YouTube. In 2021, going live is going to be even more important in the realms of connecting with your community, building a new support system, sharing knowledge, sharing your personality, and most important, sharing your music and the work that you create. Remember, big festivals in 2020 like Wireless went virtual, and a few others. And big award shows like the Rated Awards, Mobos, BETs, all had to take it to a virtual production to keep up with the yearly traditions. So it's super important to be using Instagram Live and understanding all of its features. And as the platform changes and tweaks, try to keep up with all of the metrics that are changing and try and understand them. But like I said, maybe your main audience is elsewhere and you have to kind of go where your audience is and build from there. So you might only be able to use Twitter, then utilize Twitter and see if you can build onto that and then gradually bring people into other platforms. So go wild and do things that you're passionate about, but keep within the guidelines. So be careful what music you play in the background because your account can get shadow banned. Be mindful of any slander or any kind of negativity because that'll just play bad on your account. Okay, the last thing, algorithms. Try your best to understand each platform's algorithms and how they work and what they ask for. For example, Twitter, like text. So utilize the idea of that. Great conversations, interactivity, likes, retweeting and sharing. If the buttons are there to use, and utilize them and persuade and encourage people to do the same for you. And something I've learned recently, much like other apps, Twitter would prefer you to stay on their app than to click a link that takes you away from the app. Hence why when you click a lot of links within apps, it makes its own version of a web browser because it doesn't want you to leave, it wants you to kind of come back once you're finished. So it's good to know that if you are promoting something, it's probably best to utilize text on Twitter to direct people elsewhere as opposed to a link. A link will be direct in a sense, but not necessarily everyone's going to click the link, and then Twitter won't necessarily put your content to the most amount of people that you can. So just think about that across platform outside of Twitter as well. Twitter likes text, utilize text. So with Twitter, if you want to share your Apple Music link or your Spotify link, rather than making one tweet with all of them, over time, share your Spotify link, and then maybe in a few tweets down, you share your Apple Music link, and then again, a few tweets down, you share your YouTube link. It's best to basically not overwhelm all the tweets you have with links because Twitter will bring down your interactivity and not really allow you to benefit from the idea of sharing links. So same again when it comes to Instagram, there's actually no space for you to necessarily share any of your content outside of Instagram in the space of links other than the link within the bio. Instagram like video content, so same again. It's a lot of directional conversations, telling people when you post to check the link in your bio. But if you have over 10,000 followers within your stories, you can do a swipe up action and get people to swipe up and take the audience from your Instagram app to wherever you've directed them. Another way to kind of help yourself in the realms of maybe beating or helping the algorithm is to utilize all the new features. So again, speaking on Instagram in this space, utilizing Reels 100%, IGTV, utilizing lives, and definitely utilizing stories, and utilizing all the features that those new methods and features have themselves. So when we say features, we mean native features like stickers, locations, tagging people, questions, polls, the scale, anything that you feel can allow people to stay onto your stories for longer. Again, it's about watch time and it's about retention. But the way to get around watch time and retention is simply to post good, interactive, engaging content, whether that's on your feed, Reels, stories, IGTV, wherever it may be. Simply play the game and these apps will reward you. Facebook. Here's a list of things that you can do to help yourself on the platform. Firstly, create a Facebook group, an underrated feature that you can do on Facebook itself. You can bring all of your friends on Facebook into a group, and now they can potentially get notifications every time you post. But it really is about not overdoing it, not overkilling it, because people will leave that group if it gets too much, gets a bit annoying, if it gets overwhelming. But definitely create the Facebook group and create and put content in there that is more of a discussion nature that will keep people going back and forth off their own. So as well as posting YouTube links and all kind of external links, post natively to Facebook, whether that's a video and obviously photos. But with Facebook is trying to compete with the Vimeos and the YouTubes and all these other spaces that utilize video as their main source. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you're uploading videos directly to Facebook. And if it's a YouTube video, and realistically, Facebook is gonna allow you to push that native video as far as it can go because they want people to stay on the app.
And how could I forget? When it comes to the best music marketing strategies, how could I not mention TikTok? TikTok has revolutionized the way that artists, musicians, content creators, and labels grow in the music industry. For 2021, while we continue to be at home, the creativity in dance videos, challenges, educational videos will continue to flourish on TikTok. The TikTok community is growing more and more each day, and it's never too late to join the wave or to find your niche. The aim should be to be creative, understand the culture of TikTok, and know that unlike any other platform, TikTok rewards its consumers in engagement, views, followers. So the more you build and utilize the app, the more you'll grow. For example, 2020 saw loads of artists blow up, whether it be them as an artist or a track that they released or put in a viral video. You can absolutely expect the same thing to happen in 2021, but if not, more so. And that's why it's so important to make sure your music is available on TikTok, so you and any other artists that you may know can potentially go viral on a TikTok video. And just like Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook, you can actually release your music into Ditto so people can utilize the audio in their videos and potentially get your fan base, your followers, your subscribers to just blow up and grow. You can find exactly how to get your music onto TikTok via Ditto Music in the link below.
And lastly, after utilizing all these different platforms, when you are releasing music, you have to make sure, and I've said this and I'll say it again, that when you are releasing music, you give it a 4, maybe even 8 weeks window before the actual date for your track to get submitted to a distributor like Ditto Music, and then for Apple or Spotify to accept it, and a place like Spotify for artists to recognize that your track is ready to go, and then you'll have an opportunity to submit it to playlists. And so when you are ready to drop that song, you have enough time thinking forward to continue to build and promote and put that song in the right places. And here is an extra tip, but there's something I want to let you know about building a website. That's your opportunity to really present yourself. The idea of creating a website leaves no room for mistakes. And I mean, making a website for a lot of people is a big ask and a big task. But what you can do is utilize some of these key websites here to actually create your website. So you've got Wix, you've got Google Sites, you've got WordPress, you've got Squarespace. If you don't necessarily want to faff around, then you can download a smartphone app called Universe, and it's something I use directly to manage my site, iamvital.co.uk. And if you need any more information around any of these websites or how to utilize them, get in the comments and let us know. So remember again, to stay ahead of the game, make sure you do your own research and keep watching how the infrastructure of all these different apps, these sites, and the things that you rely on heavily to build your product and build your music and your work, and think about how they change and how you can adapt to fit that change or to be ahead of the curve. Always try and network with like-minded people in these realms. artists, creatives to kind of share and support each other. And again, this is why we have this video on this channel, because you can get in the comments, ask the questions, and you will get the replies. So when in doubt, therefore come check us over here at Ditto Music on YouTube, on Instagram, even on TikTok. We have Unsigned Advice, where we let people know little tips that can help them. But overall, I really hope this video will help you guys. We touched on email marketing, social media advertising, content marketing, going live, and also the algorithms revolving around social media. So from me, Vital, and the Ditto Music team, more love, blessings, peace. Have a great day. I'm gonna need you to subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, and make sure you get down in the comments, because I'll be in the comments. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. More love, peace, and powers. Bless.